Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. I'm playing as the Soviets against my opponent here. It's a PBM game, of course. Let's take a look. We have quite a few of these going into the theater box, I guess, at this point. Got a few on the map from the theater boxes once again. More students, huh? Even though both of these have a bunch of T-26s, all these old models. Alright, well, we have a shortage of Sonori for my opponent. And then partisans, Soviet partisans. Alright. Once again, for the air, I'm looking to contest my opponent with full patrol. Or a superiority. The only thing I want to do is change the target hex to this. 100 megs only. That is fine. This seems to be going rather well over here. My opponent's changed his strategy in not the greatest of ways, it seems like. As I'm taking down a few planes, not too many, but it does seem like that went reasonably well. So what happened is my opponent, there's a serious amount of planes around here. I cannot take them all down, but sometimes you get a bit lucky taking down some of the Ju-88s. Sometimes you get nothing. So that's tricky, but yeah, it helps a bit, I guess. At the very least, the interdiction is okay here for us, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, so I'll mainly do consolidating from now on out, because I feel like most of these attacks no longer all that useful, making it a bit tricky. I don't want a city fort, but I can remove the fortified region because I already have level 3 fortifications there now. How are you doing? You got some replacements, actually, which is surprising, but they're not at full combat strength, so I'll do that. I'll also get the cavalry, not in refit as it is, but I'll get this rifle division to build defenses beyond the line too. In a sense, it's a bit tricky, but also sure I can let other units rest. And you're fine, so they can be ready. They don't need to get anything else. I still have this here army, and even if I don't put it under Southern Front, which I'm likely not going to do, at the very least I should have this army under Stavka and rail it up. So come on, second time. Really? There we go. No, okay, Caucasus Front is not overburdened, interestingly. I could add 2 more units to 9th Army, which is definitely going to be both of these mountain divisions. I'm surprised at their weakness somehow. I don't think they'd be doing that bad. Maybe it has to do with them getting here just now. I'm not sure really, but I'll be putting them under the 9th Army for sure. It's already the next misclick once again. And I guess I could put them under the Caucasus Front at the very least for the moment, so I already know they'll have their allocation there. There we go. Next up we have 12th Army. Actually think I can do this here. No. Okay, this is getting quite bad really. Not enjoying this whatsoever. Seems like pretty much at this point, even though I have some severe advantage, like at least 2-to-1 here, that's not enough now. Well, actually that kind of makes sense, but never mind that. Can I actually make more? No, so it only says divisions, so I cannot make corps yet. Sad, really. This mechanized, I actually think it should not even be on the line here. I'm probably better taking it off for the moment. Keeping it in reserve. Over here, then that way it also doesn't draw supplies like that. It's probably better. Caucasus Front now. 2 more units, technically. All right. No. This is the best I can do. 5th Army. And let's move up to the river. And I guess I kind of want to just start digging in there now. One problem is that quite a few of my units are pretty weak here. Okay, let's get the cavalry out, put them on refit. And as it is, I currently don't see a reason to attack here, really. Also a tank brigade, eh? They lost a lot of planes just flying them out, which is pretty interesting. Also means for me, technically, you know, attacking in that area is a pretty good deal. If there's anything I want to do, it's attack that armor. And you can bet your ass that I will. They only lost 2 tanks at this point. But I'm liking these odds here, despite that. Any relatively equal number damage that I can do on my opponent, I will. So even a 2-to-1 is fine for me. I mean, my opponent's at 2.9. But if you look at cumulative losses, 1.1 million. Yeah, I want his map men to go down, but will continue to go up, which is currently the case. That's good. I have now 2 million more men than my opponent, and I do appreciate that. This is a tricky spot, so that's a juicy tank brigade. Tank battalions are worth a lot less. Come on, Daddy needs to do parachutes. They didn't lose any tanks, which is pretty crazy here. Whereas I lost 42. My window for attacking is also getting a lot smaller. Like the area where I actually can attack is getting smaller and smaller. which you can clearly see. In a sense, I can at this point just barely have a foothold across the Dnieper here, and I can already not go through these territories out there. And some of these units, like second guards, first guards, is looking good enough. Like it could actually attack something. I don't think it can actually reach these, but it could attack the motorized. I can see him do that. Technically, I'd rather build them up though for something big. Could I? There's no way they can get there now. Yeah, that's 4.8. I'm never getting that. I cannot cut off these infantry. No matter how much I'd want that. Nor can I, yeah. If I could push these back, then getting into these hexes wouldn't be so difficult, but I'm not even so sure whether I want to get into those hexes now. It might be that both me and my opponent will be fine having a line out like this and then just dig in. I can actually see that happening. Where's the other rail units? Here. Well, might just as well fix all those up and I guess at least get one of them down. Now I can actually get these back and get these two at the very least in there. They're quite powerful and I cannot get them in right now, but I could potentially use them at the very least to allow some other units to rest and refit later. These guys are both ready, but I kind of want them to get combat prep points. And I have second shock here. And I can get one more unit under Cox's front. So if I get 42nd rifle under the Cox's front, that'll be fine, and it also will allow me to have, you know, more units on their southern front. You're on refit currently, but you have a lot of men. You're on a refit, but you have a lot of men. That's not the problem for them. I have a lot of units which are 2 strength, which is not very nice. Opponent didn't attack these, which is good. You need to refit. Eight to 10. That's not that bad actually, and I most certainly he actually did get some men. Yeah, they're not super great yet, those guys. You are... They still have this one here. Should be under 44th. How powerful are you anyway? 5-6, that's pretty decent. Alright, well these are some crack divisions. Let's get the last one over here to beef up the forward defenses a bit. And I have quite a few units here now too. 44th is now full. I also have 18th. Let's try to straighten things out a little bit. These guys are not doing that bad, but I certainly wouldn't say that they are in excellent shape. I only say that about the 402nd. I could get one more unit. Okay. These are resting, and so should this cavalry. Actually, yeah, I cannot get more cavalry corps, so to be completely honest, I think I'm probably better pulling them out. And could use them, help maintain some defenses. Over here. Okay. I also have 3 units here of the 6th Army. Which is a bit weird, but again, I'll reorganize that once the actual front stabilizes. Get you onto a major hub, and actually I'll get these guys out. They have no business being here. Because these guys will be regaining combat prep points on the city. Let's just do that because I can. And I guess then besides that, we're gonna start working with 6th Army. 6th Army. Okay. Did we fight in that position? No. But if I do want to cover that, it's a pretty critical spot, this one. So I would want to build, or at least try to get the best defenses in that particular hex. $11.9. Well, we'll see. Across the river, huh? I prefer trying to get some stronger units in there. I know I cannot attack immediately, but any hex close to the Dnieper that I can get back, I'm very pleased about that. So you won't hear me complain there. Let's see if we can smash some tanks. That we did. Got another 65. Nice. Actually got the 4. They're pretty weak at that point. Interesting that it doesn't have any wiki, whereas these do. Second guards, huh? Guess they might just need to add it still. If we're looking at tanks for my opponents in total... Map AV should be going down a little bit again. This one is tricky though. I think these would be fine, but... Let's jam those on the 52nd, or 53rd I should say. I also have an 8 army here. Indeed, but I can't do anything with it for now. Right, let's do this and this. It's a long walk, but probably for a good cause. Putting units in the 53rd does seem to work quite nicely when needed. All right. I'm gonna be taking a little break and putting these defenses here. Yeah, I would unfortunately say that the German army is still quite potent. Yeah, I'll take a little break. The bottom is, of course, the toughest part of the reorganization. So I'm surprised they aren't gone yet. Withdraw 32. I guess I'll do withdraw after this. Next turn. Yeah, fair enough. Ideally, I would try, or I would get some stable line, but yeah, things are tricky. Alright, back. Let's start up in the north here. I know I was at the south, but let's continue. So, any units which are below 10,000, again, they need to be refitted as usual. And it does actually seem to happen quite often. So we are suffering quite a few attrition losses. I don't. Yeah, they're still at X. So I don't see my opponent taking this with 100,000 men here. He might have 25. Fair enough, but. I'll leave those two there just to be sure. Now if I can... Well, they're actually all at 100, interestingly enough. So, yeah, it's their morale. One of the problems is that the Russians still have pretty bad morale throughout the first winter. Which is fair enough, but... Nope. Withdrawing units? Oh, they're gonna get disbanded, huh? 65. That'll still be a while. Let's move you up. And then I have another two that will go into Mga here. Just for rest and refitting. Could get another unit on the Leningrad front, so I guess I will. 34th Army will suit. Okay, next. These units got some refitting too. They're quite well equipped. 12, 12, 8. And you're at 9,000. These supplies also, they're not super amazing on some of these units. I would imagine that also does not help. There we go. Besides that, the defenses are quite high overall. 10,000. These are not on the front line, so it kind of makes sense that it's like this. If I have level 3 fortifications, then I'll place a unit on it, if I can. At the very least. Whoosh. 8,000 or 6,000 is really bad though. Wonder how they got 999% fuel. It's a bit weird. Volkov front can technically take 2 more on 31st 42nd Army. And let's just do that. That puts them at... Where's Volkov front? Here. 72 out of 72. That's good. These are also all quite fine, all above 10,000 at the very least. So I would say that's looking quite nicely. You're at 7,000, that's pretty bad. Let's get in the 174th. And I will put it at 11 events, which is also quite reasonable. I'll continue to reorganize these. This 6,000 is also not too great, but I don't really have a choice with these. It's fine, as long as I can continue to refit those. I'm looking well enough here. Kinda sucks not having them at the depot, but I think it's probably better to put them like this. Here's 7,000. That's a nightmare. '32nd Army, huh? How much does the Northwestern Front have? 78? That's a mistake. What the heck? It doesn't make sense. Alright, it has 2 cavalry corps. Okay, fair enough. Either way, the first shock army is here. So alright, let's get you out. Because that's a lot better already. Okay, then you need to be under the 28th Army. And you need to be under first shock. And then they're both at 20 again. Together with 32nd, how much can you take? 2 more units. 30 seconds. Guess that's fair. And there is a rail line there. Not quite sure why you weren't on a refit. The units here did get some, and I think actually then I want to take out the cavalry corps, because I'll be fine here on 56th Army units. Like this 49 is strong enough. Which will allow me to refit this cavalry corps for sure, but I have the other ones like that too. I'm not gonna let them refit here. Some of these are still in bad shape, even though they don't actually need that many more men as it is. So I'm sending them over here just to regain combat prep points and supplies and stuff like that, which will allow the troops at the front line to reorganize and stuff like that. 39th Army is still madly mixed up with 32nd. Let's see now. 32nd on this side. 69th on this side. You're really bad. Let's go for info though. I mean, he's not the worst, but since he'll have to be predominantly infantry, having 6 mech on him is not very useful. If I get a tank corps, that would make a lot more sense. This guy's not bad though, for an infantry general. These numbers are okay. I don't see my opponent attacking that way, regardless, so I'm not particularly worried. At the same point, I actually think I can get one of these units out. This is a 432. It will be enough for this side. I'd rather have 2 there. How are you? 10,500. Not running any offenses at the moment. To be honest, he does have 79 combat prep. Yeah, let's just get it here though. Just refit it. I can get to 100. That's okay. Or actually, let's get it here then. Okay. I don't particularly have anything planned for this front regardless. It's just front line losses as it is, and most of those are disabled. They get back into the pool. Well, I have this cavalry corps here too. It's also in marginal shape. It needs mostly combat points. Let's get it a bit closer again. some poor supply. This is just reading everything out. Sad part is I still have this rifle division which I also want to take out, so let's move you to Torjok. So you can go and refit here. For a unit like that it's quite necessary. They're at 68. My opponent is not going to attack. Oh, I got those reserve armies. That is quite useful. They'll be under Stavka, but I wonder where the rest of them are. 5th, 3rd Reserve Army. Vasily Chuikov, huh? Okay. How about this one? Somewhat worse. A lot worse. Alright, I'll take a look. The units which are not under anything. You'll be under the 53rd Army. Refitting or fitting at Kharkov. That should be fine. Also takes away a unit from the central front, which is, I guess, good. I really need more units in here, so where do I have the best rail yard? Level 1. Guess I'll have to look at factories then. Konotop is a good one. At Romney, it's heavily damaged. That means Konotop. Probably the way to go for all three. Or not. For two of them. And let's get the last one at Romney then. That's some serious unit. I didn't even know I wanted Vornesh. 5th Reserve Army, Pavel Artemyev. That's a disaster. That's fine. Basically... Ah, shit. I need reinforcements anywhere, it's there apparently. Need to plug those gaps. Try to get some defense going, because if I have level 2 fortifications, that kind of stuff tends to be fine, but well, back up here, I guess. I do have plenty of armies right now, and I do think that I can put quite a few of these units under the reserve armies. Okay. Which will be under nothing, so I can really focus my regular armies on the front, while keeping other units in the reserve armies here. Anything to the back will be in the reserve army. And only things at the front, there will be from the regular armies. I think that's probably a whole lot better than anything else. Now, that also kind of means I can probably put cavalry up in there whenever. That's a good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 4th Reserve Army. Reserve Army. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can actually also put these under the 4th Reserve Army. 4th Reserve. And then they can only take one more unit. I guess. Do you have any other reserve armies close by? You. I think I could actually move them over to this Kaluga area. Shit. What if I just move? That's probably close enough. 3rd Reserve Army. Which unit, or what? Oh, that's Dmitry Gabishev. Okay, 3rd Reserve. Getting rid of these guys from Stavka also brings me great pleasure, because there are way too many units in Stavka. There's the 1st Reserve Army. I'll probably take it down. Now these are all on their 20th, but they also need to be on reserve, for example. 3rd Reserve Army. You. And that's 20 already. They need to recover. No support units there, right? No. Let's bring both of these also back. 14th rival to Kaluga. But they're not up to combat strength anyway, so I might just as well bring them back. Alright. That's well and fine. This reserve army around here too. Of course, based on the reserve armies, I have to... I do like having this as reorganization for the moment. I know it's snowing and stuff. There's this Neva Operational Group Army, which is some weird stuff here too. There's a few units under it for no reason. I'll probably get them all under different armies, because you're still at 72 now. But the Kalinin front now has 34 out of 72. Which means... they should be under the Kalinin front. The 33rd Army can be stacked full then. 33rd, 33rd. The Kalinin front is at 52, so that's a lot lower. Okay. So 56 down to 14. Can get all of these under the 56th too. Alright. Then I have the 49th. Over here. And there is a unit with 1 strength. It's like a nope. Kalinin front has a tank brigade for whatever reason. Just put under these on the 56th. So don't know why I got this machine gun battalion here, but I'll deal with it. Alright, I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back. Alright, back. I did all the reorganization for this turn already, so I'll just go over everything. I switched up a bunch of stuff to make the HQs fit more. I got all the reserve armies everywhere, stuff like that. I still need to reorganize that a little bit, actually. But in that sense, I guess it's okay. Moved all the additional units for this turn onto the map. I barely moved. I did do a few attacks afterwards, so I do have to say that once again I've been foiled. So I really learned my lesson. For example, here where I really thought I was going pretty well at a 3-to-1 advantage, which didn't work. Here I had a 4-to-1 advantage, but it also did not work. Then I tried an attack against the Italians with a 4-to-1 advantage, but it didn't work. Also because maybe I have a bad general there, but there's that. The only thing that did work afterwards was this attack against the 19th Panzer Division, where I got 25 tanks. All Panzer 38 TEs, so not the most amazing of tanks, but at least it means they'll have to be replaced or whatever. Yeah, so besides that, just moved my units in a bit of a defensing, or a bit of a way, but apparently I still forgot some. That's always a bit unfortunate. Let's move them out, boys. All the units are on refit now, so I'll really be looking to dim down my offensive operations currently. So there's that. Also moved units from the theater boxes, took care of support units. The only other thing that I still need to do is I need to take care of the refit of the support units. I'll do that, then I'll meet you back. Alright, took care of that, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. Suddenly my mouse is no longer working. Or the scroll button to zoom in. Sometimes it just doesn't work for this game. It's very weird. I know it's not broken. Anyway, I'll be shipping it back to my opponent. We can go and take a look at the metrics for now, showing off how things look like. And we have losses for this turn. Access 33,000, us 84,000. Victory points from opponent going down by a lot because we retook Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk. Initiative still with my opponent, can't change. High watermarks on victory points. We don't do that. Total men. The Axis get some reinforcements by this stage here, like a couple of infantry, so I'm not surprised it goes up. Total guns, total AVs, total aircraft, map men. That's a pretty big difference. It's been going down for my opponent. I wager it will go up quite a bit because this manpower pool was quite full. I guess it went down. Maybe some of the infantry that I made surrender actually came back, and that's what put them back onto the map like that. So this makes some sense there. It did went up quite a bit for us. I have a lot of units in the reserve here. All these rifle divisions that just don't get anything, and I have no clue why. They're depleted. I have them on refit, but they're not getting anything. So I don't actually know how that works, but either way, yeah, Mario took care of that. There's nothing there. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time, and bye-bye.